All right, so this is the method. We pronounce it matrices. That's the plural version of it. The singular version is what we call a matrix. A matrix. So one matrix, two matrices. That's how you say it. Matrices. These will be very helpful to you on the SAT and on the PSAT because it's a very fast way of solving these systems. It saves you a ton of time. On the final exam, of course, you can use this method. Spring.
Yay, spring.
So we're going to solve this system using a matrix. Solve using a matrix. Because if you look at this, the 4 and 3 doesn't really change very easily to a 4. 2 doesn't change very easily to a 3. I taught the same system to you on Friday using elimination, but you had to double multiply, and that's just a lot of work. So this is the very fast calculator way to save you all the trouble of what you just did on your homework over the weekend. You're welcome. I know. So calculator steps. Everybody needs a calculator. If you don't have one, go get one. I have some by the sink. Also, charging. I don't want this one. Someone give me a bad one. Don't use this one either. Here, take this one. I want to eat crappy calculator. Okay, if you don't have a calculator, you can borrow with someone else or look on with somebody. Alright, so here's how you do this. There are a lot of steps, so hang with me on the steps. I'm going to show you first, then we'll write it down. Okay, so first I want you to press second. And then this button right here, matrix, do you see where it says MATRX in yellow? Okay, push that just one time. And it tells you this, names, and it gives you...
This is what Neo saw.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, this symbol right here, a matrix, they represent with these brackets. This is what we call matrix A. That's what that means, matrix A. So this has names of matrices. We want to go over, click the right arrow 2 times to where it says edit. And your screen really doesn't look any different besides that. So your edit is highlighted because you press the right arrow twice. And it still has all the names of matrices. That's why this is confusing sometimes, because it doesn't look that different. But it is different. So we're on the edit screen. We're going to edit matrix A. So press enter. We need to make this a 2 by 3 matrix. They will always be 2 by 3. Sometimes it's once you set it once, it should stay the same. But 2, enter, 3, enter, and it should look like this. Anybody having trouble so far? It's okay if you have other numbers in there. It's just mostly I care about the 2x3. Does that look okay? Okay. Now we are going to put into this matrix all of the coefficients. So I'm going to circle the 4. This is a positive 2, an 8, a 3, a 3, a 9. So we are putting in 4, enter, 2, enter, 8, enter, 3, enter, 3, enter, 9, enter. This is going to solve it for us so you don't have to do all the work. You can hit enter all you want. Does anything happen? No. So your stuff is in there, and a lot of times kids are like, nothing's happening, I'm pushing enter. Yeah, nothing's going to happen, not yet. So far we did second, let's write that down. We did second, matrix. We did the right arrow to get to where it says edit. And then we entered coefficients. I'll scoot it over. We did second, matrix, right arrow, to get over to edit. Then we entered the coefficients. That's the first step. Our data is now in the calculator. Once it's in the calculator will remember it, but I'm going to do something that kids always freak out about. It's okay. We're going to press second matrix again. Second matrix again. Don't worry, it saves your work. So you go back to this screen. So the first time we press the right arrow twice to go to edit. The second time we're going to just press it once to go to math. And I want you to scroll down until you find where it says RREF, 2 R's. RREF.
Wait, you only said 1 R.
Then scroll one more time. RREF. Then press enter. Oh, shoot. I forgot. Did yours do what mine did?
Yeah.
Alright, so watch what I'm doing. Hit clear. And then hit 9. I forgot we have to do this first. You have to hit second quit. It's stupid.
Where's quit at?
It's right next to the second button. Second mode. Second mode.
Right, we have to hit second.
Now you do second matrix. Whoops. Second matrix. Right arrow to math. Down to RREF. Sorry. Now, this RREF stands for Reduced Row Echelon Form. I didn't learn about any of what that meant till college, and you won't either. You just have to know that this means reduced row, means like it's going to solve it for you. You need the RREF, not REF, RR, 2 R's. RREF. Now we got to put our matrix in there. It's going to operate this reduced row echelon thing on the matrix. So let's press second matrix again. Now see how our matrix A now has 2 by 3 in there? At least mine does. Yours should have that too. It might have other writing underneath it. That's okay. Press enter. And then enter again. That right there, people, is your answer.
How?
How? You don't know it yet, but it is. So this is how your matrix looks. When we did the solved out version, it gave us 1, 0, 1. 0, 1, 2. The way a matrix works, you don't have to understand this, but I'm going to explain it so that it makes sense. What?
Have to explain it. Go ahead.
Okay, so maybe a number got typed in wrong or something like that. If you got different numbers, that's okay. Just go with me for right now. This column in a matrix is the X column, this is the Y column, and this is the number column. So what this is saying, listen please. This is saying that 1x equals 1. So x equals 1. Because there's a 1 in the x column and a 0 in the y column. You with me? And it's saying that 1y equals 2. So really it's like an ordered pair. How would you put this in an ordered pair? 1, 2. And then you're done. The confusing part is putting it in the calculator.
Why do you have to worry? So will the X and Y columns always be 1, 0, 0?
Yep.
So wait, why?
Except for there's 2 special cases I'm going to show in a couple minutes. But it mostly will be that way. Yep.
Why is Y 2?
Because in this Y column right here, it's the 2 is right there. 1, 2. So the X, it's like 1x plus 0y equals 1. So the y goes away, so x equals 1. The second row is 0x plus 1y equals 2. This goes away, so 1y equals 2. Okay, so let's finish writing our steps. Once you put your things in the matrix, then we pressed second quit. That was the step I forgot. Second quit. Then we pressed second matrix, and we pushed the right arrow one time to where it said math, and then we scrolled to RREF parenthesis. Then we pushed enter. Then we pushed second matrix again. And then we just pushed enter. And then you push enter again. Your answer, it will pretty much always, except for two special ones I'll show you in a minute, it will pretty much always give you 1001, and then there's going to be a number in here and a number in here. Those two numbers always give you your X and Y ordered pair for your answer. You guys all right? Okay. We're going to try a few other examples, give us a little more practice. So if you lost me on the first one, that's okay. You can pick it back up here even if you didn't understand any of that. Do you need a minute to still write this? Okay, on the test, I will not answer any questions about calculator steps. You need to have them written down. You need to know them. I'll show you. All right, so we're going to do this again. What do I push first? Second matrix. Then what? Right arrow twice over to edit. Hit enter. And then the 2, 3, I just push enter, enter, because that's going to stay the same. Now we're just going to type over it. So I'm going to type in 2, enter. What do I put in for this coefficient? 1. Good job. 23, 3, 2, 37. Our data is in the calculator. Second quit. Then what? Second matrix. Right arrow to math. And then scroll till you see RREF. Then you push second matrix. Enter. Enter. What questions you guys got for me? Anybody get stuck?
X is 1, Y is 1, right?
Nope.
I didn't. I did.
So what is your answer when your screen looks like this?
X 9.
X is 9, Y is 5, so how would I write that in an ordered pair? 9, 5.
So which part of that is
The two numbers on the right.
oh, I'm really sorry.
Okay. So now there's two special cases. Remember that pattern was 1, 0, 0, 1. Sometimes there are 2 times where that will not happen. Sometimes you're going to get something that looks like this. You'll get 1, 0, and then a number. But then your bottom row will be 0, 0, 0. The thing that's different is that when you have all zeros on the bottom, that means you're going to have infinitely many solutions. IMS, yep. When you have all zeros on the bottom. I wish I really could explain why, guys. I know why, and I can tell you why, but I took a whole college class about it, but it's beyond the scope of what we do in here. It's beyond what we can cover in 7 days before the exam. So you'll have to just trust me that 3 zeros on the bottom means infinitely many solutions. If sometime you want to talk about it, I can give you the very long explanation, and we can chat about it outside of class time. Okay, the other special case is when you have a 1 and a 0 and a number, but then the bottom row says 0, 0, 1. They're not very different. There's lots of 1s and 0s here, so you gotta, it's a little confusing. What do you think 0, 0, 1 is going to mean? Good job. This one means no solution. It's because it's kind of saying that 0 equals 1, and that's not true. If that helps you remember it. So this is no solution. This one would be IMS. Okay? Now, we have officially completed our chart. We know 4/5-ish methods to solve systems, right? Well, how do you know which one to use when? I mean, technically, sometimes it'll say it, but like on your final exam, if it says solve using elimination, could you solve it using a matrix much faster? Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to know how you did it. I'm just going to know if you got the right answer. I'm not checking your work for the exam. It's just, it's multiple choice. On the test, you will need to, sometimes I make you explain or do it one way or the other way, but you can always check your work using a matrix. So I gave us lots of explanations. Graphing is the best when they're both y equals. That's not very often, but that's the best time to use graphing. Substitution is the best when one of them is x equals or a y equals, so you can plug it in easy. Elimination is best when both in standard form. Sometimes this is the fastest way, if it's an easy one. Matrices always work if it's in standard form, but if it's not in standard form, you got to use substitution. You could. Yep, you could do that too. Totally. So choose the best method, then solve. For the sake of time, we're just going to choose the best method because I trust you guys can solve it. What do you think the best method for this one would be? Substitution. How come?
Because you have one that's
Yep. And you could take this and you could plug it in for y and you guys could solve that out, right? On your homework, you do need to solve it. Right now, I'm just going to do we're going to just say which one's best. Yes?
So on those questions, I'm going to answer 2 of them using the matrix.
Okay.
Ask for substitution next to it.
So, but you probably got the wrong answer if you did it just like this in the matrix. Unless you subtracted the x over. You did? Then you're fine. Yep, that's fine. And you could do it the other way too. That's fine. Yep. Cool. This one, what do you think? Yeah, you could use elimination for this. What else could you use? On the homework, yes, but right now, no. You could also use a matrix. How about this one? This would be a matrix. You could do elimination too. But I like using matrices. If you're a person who hates calculators, though, you're going to want to use elimination. What do you think about this one? Yeah, elimination would be a great one for this because they're already opposites. What about this one? Graphing, how come? Good, they're both y equals. That'd be super easy. How about this one? Matrix or elimination. Okay, on your homework, you need to solve them out. But I just want to give you guys more homework time today. There's 40 students in band. Yeah, it is a small band. You guys got a lot.
We have like 60.
Really? We have 60 in the
That was
band?
last year.
That was last.
That was last
Do you get, and freshman March, right?
Freshman March, yes. Not all freshmen.
That's surprising to me.
I'm marching band.
My high school is the same size. Freshmen don't march. We march sophomores through seniors because freshmen. And we had over 100 in our band.
Some kids just have other things to do and we're just like, hey kids, come on, you want to do
Yeah.
it? No.
Yeah, exactly. We're optional, and we should be forced to do that because then we got
Yeah.
so much more.
But then you don't have to deal with kids who don't want to do it. So I get that. Okay, there's 40 students in band. The number of girls is 4 less than 3 times the number of boys. Oh dear, I quit. I'm done. That's what you guys do. Miss Wagner, I need help. I need help. I need. Can you help me? I don't know how to do this. Just think about it. You can do it. There's 40 students in band. The number of girls is 4 less than 3 times the number of boys. Even if you're like, I don't know what to do with that, keep reading the problem. Write and solve a system of equations to find the number of girls and boys. Okay? Well, you know that, okay, I don't want to open up a can of worms here, but if you had X to represent girls and Y to represent boys, generally speaking, that X plus Y, the number of girls plus the number of boys, would give you how many people are in this band? 40. Okay, that's the easy one. The number of girls, what are we using for girls? X is, what does is mean? Equals 4 less than, remember that less than was the weird one? Not like a less than symbol, but like a subtraction. 3 times the number of boys. So it actually would be 3y minus 4. The less than is that one that reverses the order. Right, and solve a system of inequalities. So x equals 3y minus 4. What method do you want to use for this? Substitution. So here's your system. On your test you have something like this. This is plus 1 point for just setting it upright. Then we'll take this, plug it in for the x, so we get 3y minus 4 plus y equals 40. 3y plus y turns into 4y. Add 4. So 4y equals 44. Y equals 11. Are you done? What do you do with that? Plug it in. So x plus 11 equals 40. So how many girls are there? 29. So 29 girls and 11 boys. Last disclaimer is sometimes the book gives you stuff with fractions in it, and sometimes my tests give, or decimals, I'm sorry. Decimals are on the test also. Do decimals work in a matrix? Yes. They do. So it's okay to have decimals. Here's your homework. Plus, what do you think ER stands for? Exam review, page 2. That is what I am suggesting for your training plan.
I thought that was extended response.
It's